Hello and welcome back to another character creation video. My name's Lumen and today we're having a look at Grounded by Obsidian Entertainment. This is barely even going to be a character selection video, but hey, listen, I've done more with less, and this is apparently something that people are still searching for. You know, people are interested about how you select the character that you're going to be jumping into, and they also want to know about the characters. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of the characters that you can select here. I'll go over all the options and I'll tell you what actually sets them apart from one another. With that said, however, if you don't know what Grounded is, it is a survival game. It is a crafting game, a base building game. It's also a game with lots of combat against, as you can see on the screen right here, bugs. It's basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the game. You, as one of these teens, get shrunk down to the size of basically an ant, and you need to survive in the backyard. It's a great concept, and it's kind of fun. I've played a little bit of it myself, so I sort of know what's going on here. I'm going to start by just saying that there are accessibility options here that sort of, let's just say, make it a little safer for people that don't like spiders. So if you don't like spiders, look away for a second. I'm going to show you what the Arachnophobia safe mode looks like. Basically, you get to drag this thing over here. It's kind of funny. It morphs the spider into something that is, in my opinion, just as scary. A little white blob with eyes. It's fantastic. But you get to choose. You know, you can sort of make it far less scary. Or, I guess, far more scary. Yeah. There you go. Then, as we jump in here, I'm going to mention that there is a multiplayer mode. You can play co-op with up to 4 people. Each person will choose one of these teens to play on. And I've been told it's the best way to play. So if you can get some friends to play with, this is on Game Pass. That's pretty cheap as an option. It should be a lot of fun. But we're going to start by just talking about the difficulty options here. And then we'll jump into the characters. I'll tell you a little bit about each of them, a little bit of backstory. And I will also, as I start with this, just tell you what sets them apart from one another. First things first, however, your difficulties. Mild. The yard is hostile, but stats are more forgiving and friendly fires off. It's recommended for first-time visits to the yard. Medium. Moderate stress level. Manage thirst, hunger, health, and stamina while you fight to survive. Whoa. The most punishing way to live the tiny life. Bugs are tougher, vitals are harder to keep filled, and everything breaks faster. Then we have creative mode. You might know what this is. Basically zero stress. You can craft and explore with no resource management or existential threats. There are no bugs. Then you can turn bugs on with creative mode. It's the same thing, but insects will be present, not aggressive towards players, however. Then finally, you can do custom. If you do custom, you can basically control all of it. It's probably a great way to go about this, I'd say. You can sort of mix and match what you want. It's cool that you can even set basically what happens to your backpack items when you die. It's cool. It's fantastic. And what I like is that you can even turn off things like hunger and thirst drain, stamina drain, and equipment durability to make it sort of a more fun experience, but then still a challenging experience, if you know what I'm saying. So that's that. That's how you do the customization of your difficulty and all the rest. Now we're going to move on to the teen selector. I'm going to start this by saying that statistically they're all the same. Every single one of these, Max, Willow, Pete, and Hoops, they have the same stats. None of them have more strength or more intellect or more this or more that. They are the same. You're picking a character here. You're picking a personality here. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each of them, starting with Max.
Hey, nice to meet you. The name's Max. Maxwell Smalls. What's the worst thing that could happen? Actually, I don't recommend thinking about that.
So, Maxwell Smalls, Max. His voice actor is Luke Youngblood, and he has a lot of self-confidence and an abundance of charisma and charm. He also dreams of becoming famous one day. So he's like the hothead golden boy of the team. He's always pretty confident in everything, and yeah, he's not afraid to say it. That's Max. Next up we have Willow.
Hey, I'm Willow. Willow Branch. Yep, that's my name. Trust me, I've heard it all before. Hey, I'm Willow. Willow Branch.
The voice actress on this one is Ozioma Akaga. Willow is a more mature, level-headed individual that, due to a gothic sense of style, has dark, intimidating exterior. Her interactions come with a healthy dash of sarcasm. Most things that would scare others do not faze Willow. Even going as far as to assume that the situation she awoke to, being shrunk in the yard, is just one of her many nightmares. So yeah, she's a little in denial about that, but, you know, she's kind of sarcastic, very snippy when it comes to interacting with the world itself and the other players, and it's kind of fun. She's kind of cool. Then, next up, Pete.
My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete. Ready for adventure. Do you like role-playing games? My name's Peter. My friends call me Pete.
This is Peter Boggs, or Pete. The voice actor is Max Mittelman. And Pete is the common nerd archetype. I don't know if I'd call it common. I'd call it more legendary. He's my favorite by far. He's highly interested in fantasy, video games, technology, tabletop board games. And his nervous and meek personality is offset by his thirst for adventure. And when you're playing as him, he oftentimes just talks about things like D&D, dragons, goblins, orcs, all sorts of other random stuff like that. It's fantastic. It's great. He really is a lot of fun. He apparently has scout training, and it seems like he might have a crush on Willow. So there you go. Some fun facts that you might not have known about Pete. Finally, we have Hoops.
Alley Whoop. Whoop's here. Ready to mix it up? No reason to stand around. Alley Whoop.
So, this is Ali Nguyen. The voice actress is Charlotte Chung. And she is highly energetic and very eager to take on any challenge that's thrown at her. She has a strong background in athleticism that's attributed to her experience playing basketball. Her parents never let her have soda, and she's mentioned that she has a brother. And that's about it. She seems kind of fun. She is probably sort of like the female version of Max, where she's pretty confident in everything, pretty upbeat about everything, and that's fantastic. A good choice as well. Now, you can't really go wrong with any of these. I think that you can pick pretty much anyone and have a fantastic experience. You know, I want to just say the voice acting seems to be pretty solid all the way through. And not just for the teens that you select here, but for everything in the game as well. And like the back and forth interactions between the characters and then the world and the environment. Because there are sometimes other characters that you meet in the game. And, you know, they sort of have quips about things that you find or places that you go. Top-notch stuff. This is a well-polished game. It's well put together, and the guys at Obsidian did just like an awesome job with it. It's an absolute success story for early access, because this was an early access for a while. It just released now, and to be perfectly honest, it seems great. Again, this is the kind of thing, however, that will be way more fun co-op with friends. So yeah, if you do jump in with your friends, you better wrestle Pete from them, because I'm telling you right now, Pete's the man. So I'm done. That is pretty much it. When you start the game here, after you've selected your team, you'll name your world, and
nice to meet you.
then you'll jump in.
The name's Max. Maxwell Smalls.
The naming of the world is just so that if other people join you at some point, they'll see the name there, and they'll know it's your world. So, let me know which one you picked, Max, Willow, Pete, or Hoops, which is your favorite, and whether you're playing Grounded, or having fun with it, or anything like that. I did play a little bit. I told you I played on Pete. I sort of started a humble little base. I found that it definitely could be a little more satisfying with more people to sort of help you with the base building and stuff, because it goes a little slow if you're playing by yourself. But through and through, like overall, it's just been great. It's been a lot of fun. The idea of the game is awesome, being shrunk down in the backyard. So, again, check back here soon for more. Give this video a like and share it and do all that good stuff. Most importantly though, happy being shrunk in the backyard and trying to survive against those spiders and other nasty insects. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Happy that.